Hey, what's up, everyone? Back for a Monday video. We got 9 games tonight. Looking like a very fun slate, so excited to break it down. So let's get right into it. You can drop a like and subscribe down below. Let's try to get at least 150 likes on the video. If we can, you can follow me on Twitter at the DFS Process. And if you want to join, you can visit the website, links in description. So starting off here at point guard, Luka Doncic looks appealing once again. No Porzingis. He's going to dominate once again in the terms of usage. He plays a boatload of minutes in competitive games. And, basically averages almost 2 fantasy points per minute without Porzingis on the floor. If Hardaway's out again, that's going to be, even more. It's going to be the same amount of usage he's had the last couple games. If Hardaway misses, but either way at 12-2, at home, matchup proof. Definitely prefer him over the other spend-ups like Trae Young at point guard. I think he's fine. It's a tough matchup, though, against Denver. I kind of prefer paying up for Luka over Young. Simmons have had his biggest game this year, biggest game in a while. He had 78.8 fantasy points against Houston. Maybe he's turning the corner a little bit. He took 19 shots, but just want to see him put up that kind of score before I kind of pay this price tag. His price tag did go up because of that good game at 8,800, and the Thunder are pretty good defensively. Fox is fine. He's priced up a little bit at 8,200. I'm not in love with that play. I like Zach LaVine, 7,700. Markkanen is doubtful. He's been balling out, just super consistent, takes a ton of shots. You know you're going to get 30 to 40 out of him most nights, and at 7,700, I think he's a pretty good play. And then under 7K, I think you could look at maybe Rozier. Burks sticks out a lot at 6,500. Bledsoe, if he's been on a minutes limit, if he's no longer on that at 6,000 would be interesting. The Marcus Smart, Murray are fine here at their prices. But I'm liking Alec Burks a lot. So the Warriors are going to be missing D'Angelo Russell again. And Draymond Green is out with a quote-unquote ankle injury. So Burks is going to be able to facilitate a lot more. He's probably going to start at point guard. Here, Draymond was starting at point guard, basically a point forward. Him out, it's going to be, a little bit more viable for like Burks and Lee to get more minutes and handle the ball more. Burks is a good permanent guy. When he's given opportunity, when he's given minutes, he has been very productive. If you see all the games that he's played 30 minutes, at least he's been putting up like 30s and 40s in all of those games for the most part. And I think here against Sacramento, late night hammer. Sacramento does play slow. That's kind of the drawback here. But the Warriors do play at a decent pace. I think they can, they can get the job done or at least keep this game close. And Burks is going to be a key reason at 6,500. He can go for 7-8x upside and nobody would be shocked. At shooting guard, Bradley Beal is questionable. We'll have to keep an eye on his status. But I still like some of the players I mentioned on point guard. Basically, every player on DraftKings has multi-positional eligibility, which can be frustrating. But it just allows you to play any player you want, basically. So I like I said, Levine. I like Jaylen Brown at 7,400. Buddy Hield with Bogdanovic doubtful could be interesting. He's priced up, though, on DraftKings, at least at 7,200. DeRozan at 7K, cheap. Damian Lee. Jordan McRae if Beal's out. And then Josh Richardson at 56. Not super in love with that price point, but I like Marcus Smart here at 5,200 a lot. I think he's going to be able to bounce back. Had a tough game. It was a back-to-back with travel against Chicago, and now he gets the best matchup he could ask for against Washington. Kemba Walker has already been ruled out of this game, so Marcus Smart's going to start once again at point guard. He's going to be able to facilitate. He's going to probably have a lot of opportunities to get steals and blocks as the Wizards turn the ball over at a decent clip. And they're just terrible defensively. He's going to be able to do whatever he wants. I kind of hope that Bradley Beal is able to play in this game. So it just stays pretty close, and he has a guy that he can defend. But 52, he's a little bit too cheap. He should be in the 6Ks, at least in this matchup. At small forward here, you can look at Jaylen Brown, Buddy Hield, Hayward. Tobias is cheap. DeRozan. Damian Lee, 61. I like Aaron Gordon at 6K. He's he's just going to play a lot more minutes. He's played 31 minutes in a 20-point game, and then he played 34 minutes in a 13-point game. If those games were a little bit closer, I think he would see like 36 to 30, about like 36 minutes. And without Jonathan Isaac, he's going to play a lot more power forward. He's already been playing power forward with Jonathan Isaac in there, but there's just got to be more minutes for him to go around at that position. And it's a good matchup for him against Brooklyn. They play pretty small at that position with Taurean Prince, so he's going to have the advantage there. And that's pretty much it here. I think you could look at like Glenn Robinson if you want. Redick is cheap at 4,400. If Holiday misses, Redick and Hart would be a lot more viable. And then Pascal, if he jumps into the starting lineup for Draymond Green, would be viable, as would Thaddeus Young with Markkanen doubtful. Going to be one of the best value plays on the slate. And Giannis here at the top at 10-9. The only concern you have with him is the minutes just haven't really been there. He doesn't really play 34 minutes. He's played that once in like his last 8 games, or he's played that once in his last like 10 games or whatever. They just don't play him a lot of minutes, but he's down to a really good price point at 10-9. Tough for him not to make value here, so I don't mind going with him. If we got more value on the slate, but right now I think prioritizing Luka Doncic is fine because he's going to play those 36 to 40 minutes. Without Porzingis, we've seen what he can do. Just going to shoot a ton. He's going to have a great chance to facilitate and get a lot of rebounds without Porzingis there. Great chance at another triple-double, or at least flirting with a triple-double. At power forward, Sabonis sticks out at 8,600. Is super consistent. Charlotte is awful on the glass. They give up one of the most fantasy points to power forwards and centers. And I think Sabonis is going to absolutely eat on the glass, so I like him a ton. Don't mind Aldridge, 7,500. I like Richaun Holmes at 6,600. He's been playing well. The price tag has come down on him a little bit, and if Bagley's still out, then the minutes are going to be there. Tobias mentioned he's pretty cheap. I like Aaron Gordon a lot at 6,000, as well as Wendell Carter Jr. I don't know why Wendell Carter is now power forward eligible, but it's going to be a pretty good spot for him. Take out Markkanen on the floor. Going to be more rebounds for him. There's going to be just a little bit more minutes. He's played 36 minutes. I think that's what you kind of can expect out of him. And on the year, he's not a high usage player or anything, but just the matchup I think is a fine for him against Dwight Powell. But I like Aaron Gordon at 6K. The same price tag. I think both are pretty good plays. At center here, I'm looking at like Vucevic, 8,300. Sabonis, I mentioned, but Vucevic, 83 against Brooklyn. Rudy Gobert, under 8K against the Pelicans is pretty viable. Aldridge, I like Holmes and Carter. Kleber's fine too, but he's a little bit pricey now at 5,900. I don't mind getting to Richaun Holmes, 6,600. It's a decent matchup at home. He's just playing really well as of late. He's consistent. The minutes are there. Dwayne Dedmon has just been being listed as inactive, so he's not even getting any playing time, but there's really no chance that he's even going to get any minutes here. He's just been listed as inactive the last couple games, and it looks like they're going to trade him very soon. So Holmes here, if Bagley's out, he's going to play 34, 35 minutes. Been pretty productive here. He's had a couple of big games and just a really solid player, good price point. And if he's going to be matched up here against Cauley Stein, who doesn't really move away from the basket, so Holmes should have a lot of rebounding opportunities tonight. And then finally here at forward, I like Thaddeus Young is going to be one of the best value plays on the slate. 3,700, sliding in for Markkanen, who's doubtful. Going to play basically a starter's workload. If you give him 30 minutes, he's averaged a little less than a fantasy point per minute this year, but when he was with the Sixers and when he was last season, he was been pretty productive when he was given those minutes. So I think it's just really cheap. He's not priced for the role that he's going to have tonight. So yeah, that's what I'm liking for DraftKings. And then for FanDuel, take a quick look at it as well. So let's see. Point guard here, FanDuel, still Luka. They finally priced him up over 11K. He's at 11.6. But when you have 11-6 Luka, then it drops all the way down to Trae Young at 9-1. There's a big gap there. I think I want to get up to Luka at least. We're gonna have the value right now, and just looks like the best play as one of the best spend ups on the slate. I don't mind, like, Fox at 77 is viable, and then Chris Paul is really cheap on FanDuel, 67, just shouldn't be that price. As is Rozier, as is Lonzo Ball. I would only kind of touch Ball if Holiday's out. I mean, it's a tough matchup against Utah, but he has been playing well. I'll give him that. Over at shooting guard, Bradley Beal is super cheap. If he's in, that'll be a nice play. Buddy Hield, I like him a lot, 6,700, but just tough not to play Marcus Smart here, 4,900 on FanDuel. Really good matchup against Washington. Price tag is down on him. Expecting to bounce back in a big way here. At this price point, he legitimately has 9x upside, 9 to 10x upside. Just way too cheap. Has to be a cash game play, at least on FanDuel and on Draftkings too. At small forward, I think Giannis is viable. I like Giannis, Brown, Hayward, Harris, Burks, and that range. Don't mind going to TJ Warren. Don't mind going to like Joe Ingles here, 5,400, but Burks, 6K is going to be another core play for me on both sites. No Draymond, no Russell. Going to have opportunity as long as he doesn't foul like he did against Minnesota. He's going to play 30-plus minutes, like probably 33, 34 minutes here, and he can get you 7, 8x upside at this price point. At power forward, the best value play, Thaddeus Young, 4,200. He's not a must play, at least on FanDuel at 4,200, but I still think he's going to be a really good value play. There are some other good options here if you want to fade or if you want to pivot, like Pascal's only 3,500. He's min price if he jumps into the starting lineup. That would be pretty interesting. You also have Aaron Gordon at 5,700. It's really cheap. Favors a little bit more viable here on FanDuel. 65 or Rashawn Holmes. So there are other options, but I think right now I like Thaddeus Young just because he allows me to pay up. And I do feel pretty confident that he can return value at this price point. And then at center, Embiid, 96. I think he's fine, but I don't think I will kind of be able to afford him unless more injuries break throughout the day. Vucevic, 85. I like him. I like Gobert. But really, Steven Adams at this price point, 6,100 for him. I like it just because he's so cheap. He has been pretty productive, even though he doesn't really top 30 minutes very often. It could definitely happen today, though, because Nerlens Noel has been ruled out of this game. And Nerlens Noel and Steven Adams have been splitting all the center minutes all year. So Adams plays 30. He plays when Adams plays 30, Nerlens Noel plays 18, the 48 minutes. They basically split all the center minutes. So he played 9 minutes last time against Cleveland. But now he's out for this game, so they don't really have any other option to turn to. They don't really probably want to play Mike Muscala against Embiid. So Mike Muscala could probably play when Embiid is off the court against Horford, but when Horford gets the minutes at the 5. But Adams at 61, I think this could be a spot where he's going to top 30 minutes. And if he does, he can be pretty productive in terms of just a point-per-minute guy. So, yeah, that's what I'm liking for this Monday slate. As always, I update on Twitter, so you can follow me there. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Drop a like if you enjoyed. And good luck on the slate.